Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee, today at Nissan Stadium as these two teams square off for a chance to be the champion of the Music City Bowl. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, a group with a lot to prove here today. Taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes offense will go on the attack first. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a W.
Second down, he'll throw it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You can tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
Myers on the move. Finds a man on the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Spits it out to the back. He's got it. Smashes through the tackle. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to it.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside from the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the lead.
Turning it off! That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. From the gun, running back on the move. Right midfield, he's got to move. They got him to the 43.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards of pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Working that left side now. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He's got his man. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. With the catch, it's Jennings. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Shoots it to the left. Got his man downfield. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up, or I can just make plays right behind them.
Well, you saw him there, shot at him again. He came off the edge using his speed, able to get that TFL.
And usually known for covering, but you got to understand the circumstances, right? Like the red zone situations, I got to be able to come out of that defensive backfield and play the run game, and he did quick, fast, and in a hurry.
About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And this one is perfect. And that field goal is going to tie us up here in the first quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They're setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Using his legs to buy some time. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
And a nice, crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, on 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, and getting the first down.
To the air, it's Vaughn. Now he's going to break the pocket. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here, down close in the red zone.
Snagged in the end zone. Velcro on the hands, and it's a touchdown.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run, quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy catch.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. These two teams feeling each other out a bit, down 10-3 as they open this drive. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has. And he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more ways to get...
He's got it inside the 25. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Buckeyes will have it first and 10. From the gun, Give on the inside. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try the run. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped. Now forcing a...
Converts on 4th down. Still going. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The short hands, it's Jennings. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one of this postseason showdown. Let's take a look at the stats so far. As we move into the second, let's hope the rest of the game lives up to the early start. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Vaughn. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. And here comes the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. A 1st and 10 for this offense. They'll move the tight end. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself what...
He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area, throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll go back to work on offense. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. There he goes!
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Back to pass, it's Vaughn. He's looking deep. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun to give to the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
And oftentimes running backs love draw plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Dropping back, it's Vaughn. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown. Looking for the tie with the extra point. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
He's down here. He does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Clay. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man. It's Daniels. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody gets
intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he'll take this one all the way home and into the end zone for a touchdown. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team. Breaks into the open. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. The Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wide receiver going in motion. Off-play action on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but Great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Hard running there. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. A receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He leaves it with his back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Complete to the left. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Vaughn. Bringing the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here comes the heat. He'll pull it down. And that's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Well, it's a really nice job there on that 3rd down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up 4th down.
Got it in the middle. It's Foster. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Making side adjustments here. Dropping back, it's Vaughn. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. On target. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. They want to get this defense on its heels. Wants to throw on first down. Looking left. Fired in there, but incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. He's got it. Snags it with the sticky fingers and strolls in with the sweet feet for the touchdown.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, we figured we might get a Music City Bowl that would have social media buzzing, and through 2 quarters of football, indeed, that's the case. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Music City Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. They more than got the job done in the first half. Now the job in a bowl game, don't get distracted and finish the deal here in the second half.
I mean, love the way they came out. They had all that time off, didn't look rusty at all, came out with the foot on the accelerator, looked really, really good. Palmer, just more of the same here in the second half.
I agree. And if you're on that sideline right now, now's not the time to be thinking about the off-season, your strength program, what classes you're taking in the spring. You need to focus on finishing this game, punctuating this season.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, it's Vaughn. Going to take a shot, and it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath, and it might loosen that secondary up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Smacks him with the stiff arm. Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Rides to back and leaves it. Past the first down marker and still running. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Oh, he's got some space. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got it, Allen. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That was a big stop by the defense. Now to see if they can take advantage and draw a little closer in this game. So we're starting to get late. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Back to pass on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Under fire. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Here comes the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to...
Picked off, a turnover in their own end. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. This offense has it with really good field position. Give to the running back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
He'll start the return inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Scanning the field, it's Vaughn. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Got him downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They try to pop a run on the draw. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
First and goal for the offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Let's it fly. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now. And
there he goes. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And the Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
To the air on second down. Quickly to the tight end. Crosses the 30, he's going. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Buckeyes are marching down the field. The give on the inside. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Wants to go up top. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Looking downfield, it's Vaughn. They're working that left side. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
The play action fake. Connection to the right. Breaks into the open. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Pulls it, fired complete. At the 45, on his way. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The give to the tailback. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. How entertaining has this game been? How good are these offenses right now as we take a look at the stats after 3? Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Vaughn. Buys a little time with his feet. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and pull it away. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Offense changing the play. They'll try to get it through the air. On target to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. Oh, he's got some space. And it's a touchdown. Puts 6 on the board.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Things have not gone the way they've planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Oh, there's an alley on the touchdown, Ohio State. Once he got some room, it was over.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look at.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Leaves it with the running back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Zings it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
To the air. It's Vaughn. Hit as he throws. He's got an open man. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll take a deep shot here. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Off the play fake on first down. Makes the grab. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Plucks it out of the air. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his tool piece. And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Clay. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Turning it on. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air on first down. He's got him in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Handoff from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him, knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Still running at the 40. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in this situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
At the 35, he's loose. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. New set of downs after the completion. Two-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They go to the ground. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to the ground. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Flips it out in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. Gotta find a completion on this one. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. The rankings, the odds makers, everything indicated that these guys had a big hill to climb. But they climbed it, they got to the top, and they get a landmark win.
And we know coaching staffs always do a great job trying to motivate their own guys and get them ready to play a ranked opponent. But David, to me, it looked like this team just wanted it more. They came out, they were the more physical team, and they did what they had to do at the end of the day to get this win.
And how do you gain respect? You want respect, you talk about our team's a really good team. You want to